everybody, I'm Sheena DiMatteo, and it looks like the great weather is finally here to stay. It's gorgeous out here in Union Square, and you're watching Just Dance, the Cinco de Mayo. Oh my God, the crew killed it on Katy Perry Week. What were your guys' favorites? Comment below. We want to find out what your favorite routines were. I know my two favorites were definitely Funk Phenomenon, Waking Up in Vegas, and Peacock by I Am Me. I Am Me is famous for its brain banging technique, where they kind of blow your mind as they make these crazy cool pictures. So making a peacock, they were all up to that challenge.
You peacock, I wanna see you. Are you brave enough to let me see peacock?
Funk Phenomenon really brought something cool with the roulette wheel, because they brought their break dancing and they had the head spin going on in the middle as the wheel and all the other break dancers around the side. Unfortunately, we said goodbye to Request, my girls from New Zealand. I love those girls. You guys are still going to go far. I went backstage and chatted with all the crews about Rihanna Week, and let's check it out.
Our song is Only Girl in the World, which makes no sense. It doesn't even fit us, because we're all boys. We're an all-boy crew. There's 7 of us.
Everybody's so good, and I think it just comes down to, obviously, heart and who wants the most, but who strategically pre-planned before the show and has ammunition.
Calling out Gleeks! Calling out Gleeks! We need your opinion on Fleetwood Mac and Kristen Chenoweth. How was it? What happened? Comments! Comments! I'm hungry for comments! Me one comment! We're gonna feature the best comment on our next episode, so you guys better tell us what you thought. Our next episode on Glee is entitled Prom Queen. Who is it gonna be? Will it be Lauren Zizes or Quinn Sabray? Maybe it'll be Sue Sylvester. Who knows? With Glee, you never know. If you guys were trying to get tickets to Lady Gaga's Monster Ball tour this year, you already know that it was pretty darn impossible. I mean, it's Gaga. She sells out in a second. But luckily for us, HBO is finally bringing it to TV so we can watch it from the comfort of our own living room, eating Cheez-Its. Orianne Boom Cat Gibson directed and choreographed the HBO special, and I had a chance to sit down with her and talk to her about it. Check it out.
I was actually in the truck with 17 live cameras, and I came out and I was like, oh my God, I'm high. That was so amazing. We collaborated from the beginning, and it was a theater in an arena, and there were so many things that only I could understand, so many details in the choreography, in the story, in the layers. To be able to direct it and tell it from a movement perspective and catch the dance was freedom for us.
Last week was so much fun checking out what all the Gleeks around the universe had to say about Glee. I decided to do it again and check out what everyone around the universe and YouTube is saying about the Gaga tour.
What's up, YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel, and we are here to talk about Lady Gaga's Monster Ball tour that comes on HBO this Saturday night at 9 o'clock. Any concert that you watch on TV is nothing like being there live.
I went to the Monster Ball tour twice, and she doesn't just put on a show, she puts on a full-out extravaganza.
The people that don't like Lady Gaga, I wish that they do watch it because they will get to
a newfound respect.
Yep, and just like he did. I'm not saying he didn't like Gaga, but he wasn't too big on going. But once he went, he respected Gaga a whole lot more.
So make sure you guys check us out, youtube.com/The Scorpion Show. That's Scorpion with a K, not a C.
Hi everyone, this is your boy Mikey Bustos, indeed a Gaga fan and monster. Stop calling me! As a recording artist and performer myself, I can fully recognize that you can't really get a full scope of an artist simply by watching detached single performances. The broadcast of her entire concert, especially for an artist like Lady Gaga, just put your paws out. Will give the world a new perspective on Lady Gaga as an artist all around. And with 10 backup dancers backing her up along with her ever-improving dance moves, the show is bound to be a ball. A monster ball. Good luck, Gaga. Love ya. Thanks, Dance On.
So I was already a huge fan of the Queen Bee, Beyonce, but now I love her even more. She's totally taking steps towards getting kids involved in dance through a program started by Michelle Obama called Let's Move. The Let's Move campaign was developed by NABEF, AASA, NSBA, and NMSA. Say that 5 times fast. So I checked this video out in my apartment in my monkey sweatpants. It's a really fun workout, and I gotta say, it reminded me of my Zumba classes because I'm a Zumba instructor, and it's so much fun to dance and work out you don't even realize you're working out. So way to go, Beyonce, way to go, Michelle Obama, and let's move, kids. Being single and living in New York City, I've got to say I'm a sucker for a good romantic comedy. All I need is my tub of Ben & Jerry's. This season, Something Borrowed is definitely a movie I'm going to be checking out. And my girl Courtney got the luxury of spending an afternoon with John Carafa, the choreographer from Something Borrowed, and learned some sweet dance moves.
Hello, I'm Courtney Richard with DanceTube, and I have John Carafa with me, who choreographed Something Borrowed with Kate Hudson and Jennifer Goodwin.
All right, so let's do Roger Rabbit. Step, 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 step. Now you just sort of step behind yourself. Step and step and step, step, step. Now do this. It's all in the ribs. There you go. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. There you go.
Thank you so much for coming in, John, and showing me all these wonderful moves. I had so much fun.
Me too, me too.
Okay, and don't forget to go and watch Something Borrowed, coming out when?
May 6th.
Okay, go check it out.
All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again. I'd love it if you favorited this video here or subscribe to Dance On up there. Watch this video in the park. Get a manicure while you watch this video. I actually just wanted to show you my manicure. See you later.